this potential shifting of Asian alliances towards China away from the US. How dangerous is this? And what does a world under a Chinese global leadership look like? Is Beijing ready to step up at this point?
Well, I don't think China's going to supplant the United States. It will just complexify the great power situation in East Asia, where instead of a unipolar American military environment, we'll have a truly multipolar Chinese-American economic, political, and military environment. I think when President Trump abrogated the TPP agreement, that is the Free Trade Pact for American allies in Asia and the United States, that undermined, I would say, 75 years of a building historic trajectory, emerging out of World War II and culminating in the U.S. so-called pivot to Asia. Because the pivot to Asia, though the military got all the attention in the media, in fact, the pivot was always supposed to be economic. The economic trade pact was supposed to be the icing on the cake. And when President Trump did away with that after President Obama failed to get it through Congress, you have a lot of American allies in the region who have to be feeling severely disappointed and have no choice, perhaps, but to hedge more in the direction of China, because the United States is a great power in the Pacific only because it chooses to be, or has chosen to be, for the last 75 years. It is half a world away, and the failure of the United States to go through with this trade pact makes America seem even further away.
Robert, are we looking at a leadership crisis for the world? I mean, it's what Ian Bremmer has called a G0 world.
To some extent, we are, because the world of NATO, the European Union in Europe, the world of the Pacific Fleet of American allies in Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, etc., is essentially the world America made. That is, as unstable as the world might be on any given day, the great degree of stability, the absence of great interstate military conflict is generally ascribed to American power and American leadership, and America feeling historic obligations in safeguarding the stability of Europe, Asia, and to the degree that it can, other parts of the world. If you have an American president who's primarily concerned with America's own selfish needs, as he outlines it, then you have a situation that we have not faced since the 1930s in the United States with America First isolationism.